Mark Gilman, along with Western Oregon head coach Arne Ferguson. And, Coach, welcome to the 2015 season. Last year, a pretty good season. You've had to reload at some positions, but still plenty of guys coming back that makes for a pretty strong ball club.
Yeah, we feel good where our team is right now. We're tired of beating on each other, and we're excited to play a real good Humboldt team on the road at their place.
Now, in the preseason poll done by the coaches, you were picked to finish fourth, but you got a first-place vote out of the mix on that as well. And those top four teams between you, Central, Azusa, and Humboldt, you guys have been beating on each other for years now.
Well, it seems like, that the polls haven't been really indicative of how it really ends up overall. We feel that our players have worked extremely hard. The polls are just preliminary. We just have a big task in front of us playing Humboldt.
Yeah. Now, as far as the guys coming back, you've got a nice list of players, both offensively and defensively, that you can hang your hat on that bring some experience.
Well, first of all, offensively, Paul Revis ended up being some polls the freshman of the year for Division II football. That's a huge accolade for anybody, and as far as I'm concerned, I have not seen where anybody at Western Oregon has been a freshman of the year or player of the year in any sport, and I could be wrong on that, but that's a huge accomplishment. A poll just came out that he's one of the top 5 receivers in Division II. He makes a lot of plays and he does a lot of things that honestly almost seems not humanly possible, but he gets it done. We're going to miss Tyrell Williams. I mean, Tyrell's having a really good camp with the Chargers and expect to see great things out of him. People really didn't understand last year with 3 freshman O-linemen that and Bergman being banged up, that we didn't see everything that Tyrell could do, but it also opened up a lot for Paul. So we're hoping that we have some other receivers step up in that type of role. We feel that we're athletic in that position, but still have to gain some huge experience and huge shoes to fill with Tyrell Williams. I mean, there's no question, 6'4.5", runs like the deer and makes a lot of plays that makes everybody look really well, looks really good. Defensively, losing Craig Akins, who's smart, intelligent. I'm not sure in the last 2 to 3 years if he's ever been really blocked. So he controlled the game as far as making all our other defensive plays better. So we have to have some people step up. George Schwartzlanger is doing a really good job. Jeremy Moore is doing a really good job. Our backers are solid. Our DBs are really coming together with some experience and some extra talent that we've added.
Now you take on a Humboldt team that's also having to reload a bit as they lost Nick Riccadulli, who had been their everything kind of back after he'd had an injury-filled junior year. It's pretty good last year. Now, who takes his place? And those are some things you guys have to kind of work on the fly down there.
Yeah, we felt last year the best 2 backs were at Humboldt. The best true back was at Azusa with some other real good players throughout, not taking anything away from them. So we know they'll reload with 2 or 3 backs that are that type of caliber or better. Riccadulli was one of those players that was really fun to watch. He hit things hard and played real hard. But their O-line is athletic. They run really well. Their D-line is athletic. Their backers are athletic. So it's definitely going to be a speed game with plenty of physicalness on both sides.
Now, playing at the Redwood Bowl, it's a fun place to play, but it's never easy to play down there at Humboldt. This is a good first test right out of the chute.
Our players really enjoy playing there. It's a tough place to get a win, but it's fun. They have a great atmosphere. They usually have anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000. Their student body jumps in. They have a huge student fan club. It's really, really done well at Humboldt, and that's exciting to be around that college atmosphere.
But as you said, everybody's tired of beating up on each other here, and they can't wait to get after a team like Humboldt, who's they become one of right up there with Central, a big rival.
Well, they're definitely. I mean, the thing with our GNAC is that every game is decided by a couple plays. We played Azusa last year at the end of the season. We had a field goal block with 20, 30 seconds left in the game by 2 inches. That we could have easily tied for first place if we'd have been successful with that. So those small details is really where the game's going to be at, especially down at Humboldt.
How do you feel about your team heading into this season at this point?
We have to improve. We're not hitting on all cylinders, but there's some really good play by groups. We just need to get in game situations and continue to get better throughout the game.
Coach, any final thoughts as you head into this first game?
There's a lot of things going through our head right now as far as, their staff has had some turnover in special teams and on the defensive side because we're unsure what we're going to see there. Offensively, they always start out really sharp and crisp. They have a returning quarterback that's real athletic, and we know they'll have a real good back. So it's definitely a test early to see gauge where things are at. And then they also have a really dominant receiver coming back with a receiver also similar to Paul that does everything also.
Well, it ought to be a lot of fun, and we look forward to it. Thanks for your time, Coach.
You bet. Thanks, Mark.